The Rush, sponsored by State Farm.
As always, I'm Danny Fry. On this week's episode, we have girls soccer highlights and also some softball highlights as well. Coverage of the 2013 Titan Track Invite. The Rush will also update you on why Daniel Helm decided to play football at Tennessee. In addition to all that, we have scores and a whole lot more. So now, let's start the program. Kelly Graves, a sophomore forward on the girls soccer team, joins the Rush here. Kelly, thanks for coming on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, over the weekend, last week, you guys tied with Glenbrook South and lost to O'Fallon, you guys' first loss of the year. But also in the Glenbrook South game, lost Cassidy Sheedy with a broken tibia. How big of a loss for that? She's a key junior player.
Well, it's a huge loss, but we have to be adaptable to it and learn how to sadly play without her. But she was leading scorer, so it's definitely going to push us back a little bit.
You guys still had the offense, though, against the Lanphier Lions on Tuesday night here at GHS. Let's take a look at the highlights. And while most events were canceled that day, this one got in. Let's take a look at the highlights, the Titans and the Lions. And right there's Cassidy Sheedy out there. Has to have a walker there. But right off the bat, a shot on goal, Lanphier goal, able to pass that one, but you guys were able to get a lot of shots on goal.
Yeah.
And right here, a goal by Maggie Juhlman, and Maggie's probably going to try and take some of the scoring now from Cassidy Sheedy when she's out. And here, again, you get a shot on goal there, but that's actually a nice save by the Lanphier goalkeeper. And here, what are you guys trying to do here on this play to try and score? And this is just a long goal there for Maggie Juhlman, not much the goalkeeper can do.
Well, one of the rules was we had to get everyone to touch it first before we got to shoot on goal, so that was the plan. That's why we were possessing so much.
Very quickly in the game, like 10 minutes in, it was already 3-0, and then you guys were able to cruise the rest of the way. This was supposed to be senior night, but the bad weather pushed it back. Shot on goal attempt from Becca Kessinger, and then a headshot attempt by Morgan Jessen, not quite. You had a goal in that game. Maggie Juhlman with 2 goals, an easy 7-0 win. But what was it like playing in that pouring rain in those conditions Tuesday night?
It was blistering cold. It was not very fun, the weather, but the soccer was fun. It was just hard to wrap your mind around to keep going.
And now, big Titan Invite. You guys have 3 games coming up over the weekend, starting tonight. What are you guys expecting in that Titan Invite other than playing some great soccer competition?
Oh, it's going to be great competition, but we're going to expect to definitely try to get a mojo going if Cassidy's gone and try to really bring up the scoring.
In her absence.
Yes.
Well, Kelly, thanks for coming on, and good luck for the Titan Invite.
Thanks.
The Lady Titans host a tournament this weekend starting tonight with Titans play at 4:30. 2 more games tomorrow at 9 and at 1 o'clock, all at GHS. The Glenwood softball team faced cancellations but hit the diamond Wednesday at home against the Rochester Lady Rockets. Let's take a look at the highlight from the Titans' explosive offense. And here, this one fouled down the line. Rochester, Brianna Graham was on the mound, and she pitched great. Abby Burton able to force the walk. Rochester starter didn't have much control, and Titans were able to get base runners clumped up. Titans looked 4-0 at the end of the first. Here's a bunder, Molly McCrae. Ball goes away, and Molly will go all the way to third for the Titans. And that helped them to get runners in scoring position there. Brooke Remenschneider, this late in the game, she's going to hit it into right field. That ball ends up sailing out of here, and that made it 9-0 Titans in the 4th inning. Homer by Brooke Remenschneider, another one. She would homer last night as well, and we'll go over that in a little bit as well. And that just about did it. Titans were able to play solid defense throughout. And here, Titans playing some more small ball. Sammy Long, but it was out, but the ball goes away. Peyton Cole, the courtesy runner, advances over to third. And the Titans able to play small ball, and obviously with the big home run, Cole's able to scoot on home, and the Titans win easily in this one, 10-0. Abby Burden is able to come around on this RBI double by Sammy Long, and that was actually earlier in the game here and made it 9-0, the homer earlier, but that one there, Abby Burden able to score. Titan offense all over it. They win 10-0, 7 hits. And for the Titans, only 3 hits in the complete game, 5 inning. It was a shortened game, mercy rule, shutout for the Titans and Brianna Graham. Last night in a makeup game at GHS, the Lady Titans faced the Lincoln Lady Railers. Let's see if the Titans kept their bats swinging. Let's take a look at the graphic here. And Remmenschneider hit another home run. Not much offense though. Titans 5 hits, 4 runs. Brooke Remmenschneider and Madison Bandy, 7 innings pitched, complete game shutout with 4 strikeouts. Glenwood Softball's next game is another makeup game tonight at 4:30 at GHS against Normal Community. The rainy weather prevented the Glenwood baseball team from playing until yesterday night when they had 2 makeup games at South Park. First up was the Titans matchup with Lincoln. Let's take a look how the Titans did. Pretty standard game here. Titans shut out Lincoln 3-0. Jack Atterbury 2 hits and RBI. Connor A. Heron 7 innings pitched, complete game shutout, 3 strikeouts, and Titans were able to play key defense when they needed to. Then Glenwood played Rochester, a game that was originally lined up for Wednesday. And let's take a look at how the Titans did in this one. This was a thriller. Came down the end. Titans were down 4-2 in the 5th. Came back. Michael Hudson in the 7th inning, a walk-off RBI single. And before that in the 6th, Connor A. Heron blooped one into left field to tie the game up at 4. And the Titans won that game 5-4 over Rochester. The Titans travel to Granite City tonight for a doubleheader with the Warriors with the first pitch at 4:30. And then tomorrow at 11 o'clock, they take on the Rochester Rockets in Rochester for another makeup game. Let's take our first commercial break of the day, but we'll be right back with Titan Invite highlights broken down by senior distance runner Mark Maton. Stay tuned. Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top Walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set.
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
Whoa.
I'm a robot.
Where's your fingers?
Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
The Titan track invite got moved from Friday night to Monday night as they hope for better weather. And Glenwood distance runner Mark Maton went for the school record Monday night in the 1600, and he joins us now. Mark, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, now, what was going through your mind before that 1600 you're going to try and break the school record came really close? What was going through your mind?
Well, I just come off the 2 miles, so, I mean, I was just, I guess it was all mental at that point, just see what I can do. I didn't really know what was going to happen. Just going to wing it.
Well, let's see how you ended up winging it here at the Titan track invite. This was on Monday night. Let's take a look at the highlights. We'll start out with your relays, though. The 4x800 meter relay. Tyler Brinkman wrapping it up. Titans get third place. 8:38 is the time. And then we move on to the 4x100 meter relay. Greg Roberts is going to start out. He ended up finishing third with a time of 44.10 seconds. Man, Greg can really get around there. And eventually wrapping it up, Jacksonville, such a great relay team. Michael Giovanelli ends up finishing third. For the girls now, Erica Wright out in the 4x800 meter relay. And the Titan girls get first place with a time of 10 seconds. And now here you were in the 3200 meter relay, and you were setting up Tyler Jones to get his PR. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing. But then here's the 1600 meter time. You end up getting first, but how close were you to that record with a time of 4:21, which is amazing in the 1600 meters?
Well, the record is 4:16.95 seconds, and
now, what takes away about those 4 seconds as here the 4x400 meter relay finished up with a first place time of 3:28. Titan guys finished with 157 points. They finished first, Taylorville in second. And the Titan girls also won the Titan invite. But Mark, what happened in that race you think that you can try and make up about 5 seconds?
Well, there's a little bit of wind on the home stretch, and I don't know if that really affected me too much. I'd say the big factor was the 2 mile before it.
And now, so how much do you think that drained you there?
I'd say that made the difference right there.
And you were trying to, now do they have that separated out? Well, obviously different events you qualify for state and stuff. But are you looking at, where are you looking at in state at the 3200? You're looking to try and qualify there too?
Yeah, I'll qualify there. I'm going to try to win both.
All right. Yeah. Well, good luck for that quest, Mark, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
All right. The girls' track and field team will be in Collinsville tonight at 4 for the Collinsville Invitational, while the boys' next meet isn't until next Friday, May 3rd, up in Morden at 4 o'clock. The Titan boys tennis invite was over the weekend here at GHS, and let's see how Glenwood fared as a team. And here the Titans ended up finishing 5th out of 16 teams, ahead of Springfield High and Sacred Heart Griffin. So a good showing in their own invite. The boys tennis team's next match is at home on Wednesday against Triad, QND, and Metamora. So now now we will move on. This past Tuesday, an out-of-the-blue commitment came out from Glenwood junior tight end Daniel Helm. Helm chose the University of Tennessee to play college football, and there was a press conference Wednesday on why he decided to become a volunteer. Here are the highlights.
Big name tight end from, I think, North Carolina was committing at 4:30, and Coach Elder, the tight ends coach from Tennessee, just wanted to let me know that his commitment could possibly make another kid commit to Tennessee. It's kind of a really complicated process. But after that, Ian Bunting committed to Michigan, so then that scholarship was basically gone. So basically I was between Ole Miss and Tennessee, and I wasn't sure entirely which one to pick. But for me, it was an answer to prayer because I talked to Coach Jones, which is the head coach of Tennessee, and basically told me how he felt apart from recruiting. And it was what I was asking for. So it was an answer to prayer and pulled the trigger there.
What are some of the things that Butch talked to you about initially? What are some of the things that he said that kind of made you feel okay, even though you kind of came down to having to make this snap decision? What originally did you like the most about what Butch had to say to you about coming to Tennessee?
Well, when we first went there, he was very open with us, me and my dad, and it was a lot of fun getting to know him. Basically what he said aside from recruiting, I've been thinking about you a lot, been watching your film a lot, and I really think that this is a place for you. So I trusted his word because of what me and my dad had been able to get to know him beforehand, and it meant a lot, and at the moment it was what I was looking for. When I got on the phone with him, he's like, well, what's the weather like? Well, I'm really cold right now. It's raining outside. It's 50 degrees. He said, well, it's sunny and 70 here in Knoxville. So I was like, well, that's cool. So, but yes, SEC was definitely a factor in that.
Competition level with that you wanted to be on that competition level, how much did that factor in your decision?
Yeah, no, that was huge. I want to be able to play against the best and compete against the best if possible. So, and maybe even prepare myself for the level after that if I'm lucky enough possible.
How much pressure did it take off to make the decision now, and you won't have that decision over you next year as a senior?
It took a lot off. What's nice now is I can focus on early enrolling, possibly, and then also just getting our quarterback here ready to go and stuff, and working with the team here. So
you're considering going at semester possibly to Tennessee with the grades the way they are?
Yeah, I'd like to.
We only gave you one rule in the recruiting process.
Yeah, actually, I got a Facebook message from USC, probably about a month or two ago, and he's like, "Hey, we really like you. Give me a call." And I was like, "Well, Dad, what do I say?" Because UCLA USC, it's a big rivalry, and they've made it clear that they would not at all agree with that decision if I did. So I basically told them on the phone, I said, I will be eternally ostracized if I go to your school. So I thank you for the interest, but not happening. Well, I want to thank my whole family for helping me through the process and putting up with my hard-headedness or stupidity at times. I wanted to thank Coach Rourke for the help he's given me in this process as well, and hopefully now we can just go win some games next season.
Tuesday night, Helm decided to create a Twitter account, and in just 3 days' time, he has 2,000 followers. He still has next season to focus on, and getting his college decision out of the way sure helps. Recently, the Ball Chatham School District was forced to make budget cuts that totaled $3 million. Because of that, the district honorably dismissed non-district working coaches, including recent retirees, to open up coaching spots to qualified teachers who desired them. There were a total of 11 non-district employees who were let go, but that doesn't mean they're gone for good.
It was approached, someone asked us a question that would you be willing to allow us, employees of the district, to apply for these positions? And we said yes, that would be something that we would consider. What happens is typically when we have an opening, we look for an internal candidate first. When that doesn't happen, then we go outside of that. So we said that we would open that door to them.
As a former athletic director, head GMS football coach and girls track coach Brad Butcher sees where the district is coming from.
Well, I think it's a real good idea personally. From an athletic director standpoint, when I was athletic director, I always tried to hire coaches in the school because there you have the contact with the kids and everything, and it's a lot easier to make contact with the coach if they're in the buildings. So it's definitely a better situation if you can get that done.
Glenwood athletic director and head football coach Dan Rourke has had to make this type of coaching dismissal before.
I think the changes are going to be minimal. On the surface, it looks like, wow, this is a big deal. They're releasing all these coaches. But I've been around. I've been here for 20 years. We've done this in the past. Usually, there's very little change that occurs. But I think that the main point that we're trying to make here is that we believe that our teachers have the right to the first opportunity the coaching jobs in our district. And so that's what we're trying to make sure we're doing.
Firing anyone, we're just reducing, we're giving them an honorable dismissal. And so what we do at that point then is to post those positions, and those positions would be available for our internal candidates to first apply for or share their interest, and they apply online. And then the athletic directors would talk to anyone who is interested.
When they apply, we'll interview them for the positions, but we also want our teachers to have an opportunity to apply for those coaching positions also.
Glenwood cross country and track coach Jay Rogers could describe about hearing the news in one key word.
I'll be honest, it was scary, because I know that coaching, I believe that the process for the district is that every coach is, nobody's guaranteed more than 1 year at a time. But to have the call from Coach Rourke to go through and explain what was happening, and then the letter, I got two letters came through the mail. I'd say it's kind of a scary feeling, and I again talked to Coach Rourke and some others, and but I've been assured that we'll have a fair shot, I guess, getting back in the mix and applying for the job again. So hopefully that'll play out to my favor.
It was more than a difficult decision to honorably dismiss the veteran coaches around Glenwood.
Absolutely. We have some very experienced coaches who are very loyal to our district. Some of them are retired teachers who've been here for a long time. And we know that while this was a very difficult decision, we know that some of them may end up back here anyway, because if it's a position, for example, that doesn't get filled, or there are no qualified candidates within our system, we know that those folks will be encouraged to apply again for those positions. So we'll very likely see some of them come right back.
Rogers and Butcher are both optimistic about returning to their positions.
Well, as far as the football situation, we had a difficult time coming up with assistant football coaches last year, so I kind of doubt that there are going to be anybody knocking the door down to be the middle school football coach. As far as the track, I really don't know. I don't anticipate anybody else wanting the position, but that doesn't mean it won't happen.
I hope to continue on. I started the turn of the century. I'm not going to go to the end of this century, but hopefully a few more years I'll be able to coach here.
It will be interesting to see if any teachers snag some of the coaching jobs around Glenwood, or if the veteran coaches hang on to the job they love doing. It's time for our last commercial break, but then I'll be joined by Coach Crossland and Coach McCoy for their weekly debate. Stay right there.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, it's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
That Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, That Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
Alright, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
That's it for this week. Here we go, right back to the debate here. And slip up there. Here, welcome back to the debate. We have Coach Crossland and Coach McCoy. Guys, thanks for coming on for the debate.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so we'll start right off. There's been some talk around Major League Baseball if the National League would adopt a DH or a designated hitter. Coach Crossland, we'll start with you. Do you think that is do you think that should happen, and if so, when?
Well, I'm kind of a National League guy. I'm a Cubs fan, so I really think that in the long run, it's probably a bad idea. I kind of like the differences between the leagues. It's kind of something that makes baseball a little different. Like the strategy that goes into, coaches trying to decide or managers trying to decide, double switches and this and that, and having a pitcher have the bat. So, I kind of like the way it is.
Yeah, Coach McCoy, now you're a American League guy on the south side of the Chicago White Sox. You already have the DH. You think that can be implemented well in the National League?
Well, even though I root for an AL team, I still like the strategy that goes behind the NL, like Coach Crossland's talking about.
Tony La Russa would bat the pitcher eighth sometimes.
Yeah, you just get some crazy stuff. I actually wouldn't mind seeing both of them actually go without it, but I know the fans like to see the home runs and the runs scored, so it wouldn't surprise me in the next 5 years or so that, they get that switch over in both leagues or using the DH.
Now yesterday, prime time edition of the NFL draft. Now, Coach Crossland, you're a Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan. Giants fan down.
That's right.
Coach McCoy, I want to ask you your take on the Bears' first-round selection for the 20th pick. Kyle Long, Howie Long's son, guard from Oregon. Do you agree with that pick? Do you like that?
Sure. The line has been terrible. I think if anybody's being honest, they don't have any idea who this Long kid is. They just know he's a first-round draft pick.
I think he probably could have been third round.
Yeah, but we do need linemen, and so it's nice to see your general manager at least acknowledging that the line needs help and looking for it.
Coach McCoy, your Giants. Who did your Giants snag in the first round?
They snagged Syracuse guard Justin Pugh. Okay. Another big, talented guard. I haven't got to analyze with Colin Small and Miles McAdams, my other fellow Giants fans.
That's right.
But I was okay with it. But I wish maybe they would have picked up the Notre Dame tight end Tyler Eifert. They got rid of Martellus Bennett. So another big target for Eli Manning to throw to. I thought would have been.
I was going to mention that with the Bears. They were talking about the Bears getting Tyler Eifert, and Bears could need a blocking tight end who could catch the ball since they don't have many weapons receiving.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a huge pick for the Giants. But anytime you take some offensive or defensive linemen, you should be all right.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on for the debate and discussing sports here.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Now it's time for this week's episode of The Rush to End. Glenwood Baseball travels to Granite City tonight for a doubleheader starting at 4:30, while softball hosts Normal at the same time. Girls soccer has their tight end invite starting tonight and heading into tomorrow. Make sure to head out to one of those events. And now, happy birthday to Mr. Bandy. He directed today, finally turned the big 4-0. That's it. We gone.